Hello everyone, hi, welcome back to another episode of a Torchwood reaction. This is Red Live, and my name is Matt. Hi, hello everyone. We're doing Torchwood again. So, last time on Torchwood, what happened? We sacrificed a child to the fairy gods in order for them to not to destroy the earth. Yeah, that's what happened. We sacrifice a child to the fairy gods that transcend time and reality itself that may or may not be part Mara and a Kinder reference. So there you go. It was a really good episode actually, and people, some people have been like, "Yo, that episode was awesome because it shows you to what lengths Jack can go to for the greater good, or what sacrifices he's willing to make, or like what fucked up resolutions we can have in Torchwood." And I'm like, yes. I'm also like, the fucked up resolutions thing is something that I've every episode has been that, hasn't it? Like literally every episode up until this point has had some kind of a fucked up resolution. With the exception of like episode 2, but even then that one a little bit, in the sense that like that is not a fucked up resolution, but it is a fucked up situation, especially for that girl. But for like episode 1, we have Susie, which betrayed everyone, and then she ended up killing herself by shooting, like by literally just committing suicide and shooting herself through her brains, and we shown that like that happened. In episode 3, we had the fucked up thing with the old man killing himself at Wem's hands because she was holding the knife. Episode 4 was the most fucked thing I've seen in a while, with the cyber woman transferring her brain into another person and being like, "I'm human again." That was fucked. And now, previous episode, we sacrificed a child to the fairy in order for to save the earth, essentially, because they said we can just fuck everything up and we will do it if you don't give us this child. So they just took it. And yeah, I really like that. And I like it does make for stronger drama, and I'm pretty sure I've said this like pretty much every episode up until this point. It's like the fact that this show can go to greater extremes makes for better drama, because you can press more buttons, especially for characters and their emotions and how they deal with everything. You can press many more buttons than you could in Doctor Who, and it's just it makes for better drama, for more interesting drama. There's more interesting dynamics that happen in Torchwood, and that's something that I'm enjoying so much so far. But yeah, that was previous episode. We also had like the old lady die, which was someone that Jack was together with like way back when. Also, I wanna like I was thinking about the Jack timeline and how the fuck it makes sense, and I don't know. Like I literally don't know, because he was there in 1909, Lahare. But like, okay, so the thing is that like I was thinking, like that like Jack meeting that woman was after Lahare, and he couldn't die at Lahare. But then it's like, but okay, they were talking about the war, and it had to be World War II because that lady was still alive, which makes me think that because but like, so okay, so Jack was during World War II time in the Empty Child in series 1. So was that before or after the lady? It would have been after, unless Jack lived twice through the same era and enlisted at the war both times. So okay, so this could be from a time. So their relationship Jack had with this old lady could have been from a time before he was immoral, is what I'm saying. Before he traveled with the Doctor. So maybe he never looked back and tried to reconnect with her because he was like, well, I'm immortal. I'm not gonna age, so I can't do that shit anymore. But yeah, I was just trying to work out how that timeline makes sense and where it is placed. I still don't know, but I just wanted to address it because I'm just like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I think that Jack did live through like the 20th century twice, though, didn't he? Or not like through the entirety of it twice, but like at least once. Because I think he did say in like Utopia that he traveled back to like the beginning of the 20th century or some shit, maybe even the 90s, I don't know. And he had to live through it in order to eventually find a version of the Doctor that would coincide with Jack's, which was Utopia. So he just had to live through all that shit again. Like in series 1, for how long was he living in World War II time? Because he was a time agent, but did he actually live there, and for how long? So I don't know. I don't know where Stell, I think that was her name. I don't know where she fits into the larger Jack Harkness life narrative. It could have been before the Doctor, it could have been after. I don't know. But maybe we'll get some answers eventually. Yeah, I think we're ready to start. We're about ready to start. So yeah, let's just go. Torchwood, season 1, episode 6. Let's go. You should be taking a look at your surroundings. Is it just a dummy? Yeah, it is absolutely a dummy. Ooh. Yeah, they took the keys off. Okay, so they want her to be here. She's trapped in here. There's no signal. Okay. Sure.
None of the bodies have ever been found. These people just fell off the radar. No patterns in age, sex, race. One minute they're here, the next, gone.
Aliens aren't going to bother hanging around out here. Probably some sort of weird suicide club with people choosing the same spot to end it all.
I'm very suspicious of this like burger stand, by the way.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Need a hand getting it up, Owen?
Wow, that's...
I wouldn't ask you.
I cannot tell if that was intended or not, that joke. That was really good. They're looking at the car. Are these aliens carjackers or something?
Mine was Reese.
Yeah, well, there's a surprise.
Tosh, your go. Owen.
What?
Really?
Tosh, love, in your dreams.
3 a.m. Christmas Eve in front of the Millennium Centre, waiting for a cab. I had mistletoe.
Christmas? You've not had a snog since?
No.
Yeah.
When? Actually?
Yeah.
When was
The
this?
Cyberwoman incident.
Didn't take you long to get your feet under the table.
What?
So, was it just a kiss, or...?
Tosh? Leave it.
Alright.
It's my turn, is it? It was Lisa.
Yeah, okay.
Yandu, I'm sorry.
Sorry she's dead, or sorry you mentioned it.
And I just didn't think.
You forgot.
This is an awkward conversation to have with this group of people.
You're such an arrogant shit sometimes, Owen.
See, to my mind, that was a good kiss. It was borderline great. 10 seconds, and the things I can tell from that kiss.
Oh, like?
Like your sex life ain't up to much. When was the last time you screwed all night? When was the last time you came so hard and so long you got where you are?
Okay.
It was you and me. We're not cozy at all. We'd be amazing. That scares the shit out of you.
Okay, some bullshit.
Someone's watching us.
They ran away. Is it a decoy? Okay, we found one of the bodies. Potentially. It was also covered. Okay.
Is that ours?
Yeah.
Alright. Goodbye car, goodbye tent. Shoot the tires. Well. Oh, there you go.
Looks like that body wasn't a warning. More of a decoy.
Yeah.
That would mean we've been watched since we've arrived.
Did that hurt? Is it like a sickness or something? Alright. That's bad. That's fucked. Was she cannibalized or something?
Jack, please tell me what's going on here.
Let's take a look in here.
What did this, Jack? Because whatever it is, it can't be human. How far is this going to spread?
Stay focused.
I should be at home having dinner with Reese. What am I doing here with you? Don't you ever get scared, Jack?
She's freaking the fuck out. Okay, you two. Okay.
What's that?
That could be a bait though. Where's Tosh?
Tosh!
Yeah, she's gone. Whoa, shit. Behind you. They got you. Whoa, okay.
Push the guy down on the floor!
She got shot with a shotgun. Oh my god.
Down on the floor!
Look, I thought you were them. I thought you'd come back for me.
When needs medical attention, dude. She got shot with a shotgun, dude. Jesus Christ. Well, she can't die, but oh my
I'll
god.
check upstairs.
Okay,
She...
Bet you thought you'd never be glad to see me. Right, could have been much worse.
It could have been a lot worse, but...
Right, well, it's a lodge near the surface. You've been bloody lucky, girl.
Ah, that looks awful. Ah. Ugh.
Still am a doctor. I just don't deal with patients anymore, that's all. It's ideal. That was the bit I always hated.
Somehow I didn't doubt that. Keep working. Like, the fuck is happening with this too?
It's not human.
Okay, sure, we're listening.
They're only expecting me back for the weekend.
Look, we'll get you home, okay?
What are you gonna do? You can't fight them, they're too strong.
Okay, we're just going. Wow. Okay, can you apologize for shooting her with a shotgun? Can you walk after being no, you do, like, no. She's alive. He's alive.
Sound reverberations and the air quality.
We're underground. Yeah, okay.
It's like you get a high from the danger.
Want me to apologize for that?
Don't you ever wonder how long you can survive before you go mad or get killed or lose a loved one?
It's worth the risk to protect people.
And who protects us?
Each other. A lot of shoes.
There's dozens of them.
Surreal. Do I want to see what's inside? No, I don't. I don't want to see.
Tosh.
We're good. Human heads? We're gonna see it, didn't we?
That's why there was nothing left on the body.
Yeah, okay.
To eat.
It was cannibals all along. Cool. Cool, 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 cool.
It's the Tosh and the Anti.
Why are we still talking about...
What if it's the fucking dudes in the burger shop and the burger say it were people? Dude, that would be the most fucked up thing we could have done. But I don't put it past this show. He's done. He's done for.
Pitch black! You don't have any tracking devices. Do you want to get yourself killed?
Get out of my way!
Look, whatever's in that cellar took 3 bullets. I heard it fall. Once we know what it is, then we'll know how to deal with it.
You do that, we'll go after Kieran and the others.
You are wounded.
Do you think that's gonna stop me? Look at me, you idiot! I'm not gonna hurt you! You've got a gun! I promise! I promise!
Okay. The fuck? Lady, you need to explain.
Anyone else know you're here? Have you managed to call for help?
We don't need any help. There's 3 more of us in the village.
I've got to take you to them.
Tell us what's going on.
Okay.
We can help.
No one's safe. Every 10 years,
Okay.
it takes us again. Harvest.
A bunch of jars. With potential human remains, maybe? Yeah, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Bunch of human organs. Dude, what is it with the fucking cannibal hillbillies in the countryside? Every time. I thought that was Shia LaBeouf for like a second. So they're using these people in order to collect people. Yeah, explain. These people are all crazy.
A long time ago, I was pretty good at torture. You see, I had quite a reputation as the go-to guy. My job demanded it at the time, you see?
Ooh.
You gotta stop! You're gonna kill me! Oh, please stop! It's in your power to make me stop. Just tell me what I need to know.
Speak, motherfucker. Talk.
I'll tell you everything.
Speak! They're using you countryside people in order to harvest other humans for the aliens, I suppose.
No, you're right.
No, she got shot with a shotgun. She's not alright.
Village meeting tonight, so that's why I'm here. Constabulary report. Come on. Where do you think you're going?
That stench.
Yeah, a bunch of... Yeah, okay.
Tell us what these creatures are. Do they look like us?
How else are we gonna look?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she was just part of it. Alright, there we go. Well, is she it? Or did she just fall in love with one of these aliens? Or whatever. Well, it could just be cannibals, honestly.
Who is he?
It's not what you... Yeah. Wow.
We're all just meat.
So this is just a cannibalism episode. Alright. I don't even think they're aliens, it's just cannibalism.
You see, meat has to be tenderized.
Oh. Oh no. That's... We gotta fight. It's not gonna be... How well can they fight with no arms? There we go, headbutt, nice. Alright, there we go. Touch run away.
No one's coming for you.
He's gonna get shot from... Oh yeah, kick him in the dick! Kick him in the dick again! He fell, god damn it. Maybe you can trick him again into kick him in the dick. Please someone shoot this guy from the back. Someone get this piece of shit. Gwen, Owen. Yes.
Get off her, or I'll shoot.
Owen. Let's fucking go. He got the cop too. I don't trust this cop, by the way. I really don't.
They murdered all the villagers. They're cannibalizing the bodies.
Put the gun down.
You're in no position to negotiate, mate.
It's all right, you're safe. You can arrest him now.
No, he's saying it.
My own uncle?
Yes. Owen.
Put the gun down, don't you hurt him.
Shoot the bastard.
Owen just... Gwen shoot him.
Fucking gun down! Shoot! I will shoot you!
No one is pointing a gun at her. Just do it. God. Well, shit. Jack, we need you, buddy. We need you, like, right now.
Who are these people?
Just cannibals.
This is our village.
Villagers are dead. They're all involved. They've all been doing it.
This is our harvest.
Only in the bloody countryside. You sick fucker.
Yeah, what is it with the fucking countryside and the Hillville cannibals? Like, okay, still alive. Surprisingly.
We're going to be bled. Like veal.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Definitely makes the meat taste better.
He's just gonna run a fucking truck into this fucking place, is he? Jack? Hell, fuck yeah! A tractor, yeah! Yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck! He can just do this! He's immoral! No matter, even if they shot him, it's not gonna do anything. Fuck yeah! Shoot all of them in the legs! Just no, none of you move! Jesus fucking Christ! He's not gonna do it. Bitch!
No, Jack, don't do it.
These people don't deserve warnings.
Yeah, they don't.
Question him. I have to understand. I want to know why. Otherwise, this is too much.
It is, but I would just sue it.
Don't tell me you don't want to know too.
I want to know, but dude, like, it could be some alien curse or whatever that compels them to consume human flesh or some bullshit. But, dude, I just want all these people gone. Like, oh my god.
Every generation Our tradition, once a decade. Target those traveling through, those most likely to disappear.
And butcher them. What sort of people are you that you wake up in the morning and think this is what I'm gonna do?
Contra folk.
Why do you do it?
Why do you care?
I have seen things you would never believe, and this is the only thing I can't understand.
That's really good. Because it's true.
Because it made me happy.
Come on.
Ah! Yeah, okay. Yeah, one. Yeah. This episode is something. Fuck.
I had a good job before this. I thought in a year or two, perhaps a baby. I know Reese would be a good dad, and I could try for desk sergeant.
And now this is what we're doing.
And then I met you lot.
What is?
All these things that changing me.
Yeah, we kind of established this like right
Changing
away.
how I see the world.
Wait, why is she?
And I can't share them with anyone.
Who's behind you? I was afraid of this shit. I knew. I saw the bed. I saw she wasn't wearing any pants. She was talking out loud to someone. And I knew that's where it was fucking going. This is fucking something, isn't it? I'm not gonna say it doesn't make sense. Because it kinda does. Okay, there we go. That's it for the episode. Okay. Okay. Discussion. I don't even know what I'm gonna say, dude. Woo. So immediately as the episode ended, I went and made a meme. I don't know if you can see it very well. But it's a go to horny jail to when. And then she's like, no. I'm not going to horny jail. I'm going in. That's what I'm doing. So there you go. I made that. Okay, what the fuck do I even say about that? There's a lot to say about that. Dude, like every week with Torchwood, it's just like, okay, sure. Like this episode didn't have any aliens in it. Torchwood was supposed to be like Earth's defense force against alien threats or whatever. Nah, this is just the Cannibal Hillbillies episode. Dude, like it was a really good episode too. Like fuck. I really like that. I really like that it fucked with whatever the fuck you were expecting. Because even when that lady showed up and she kind of fooled Yanto and Tosh, I was like, well, maybe they are serving to some alien entity or whatever. And even they were like, tell me what did these creatures look like, and then the dude is like, what are we gonna look like, dude? We're just eating people. Like, that's it. We're just cannibals. Hi, what's up? And it was like, okay, so that's what we're doing then. This is just a cannibalism episode. This is just what hillbillies do, man. Like every time with the fucking cannibal hillbillies, like every time, and it's fucked, and it's like terrifying too. Like, I don't know if any of y'all play Resident Evil 7, but Resident Evil 7 really works because of that. Mostly at the beginning. Because it's like, alright, you're in the middle of fucking nowhere in the south with a bunch of cannibal hillbillies that are also immortal and they're not gonna die. So, what do you fucking do? Like, dude, it's like, Okay. Okay. Let's skim through the episode a little bit. Let's focus on the Cannibal Hillbillies. Then we'll go back to Gwen and whatever that shit was. But like, okay. This episode had a lot in it, and like that is I have been saying this. I even said it at the beginning of this very video, but at this point it's like it's so fucking cemented. It's the fact that Torchwood doesn't give a shit. And that's why it's great. I understand why people really strongly pushed for Torchwood over like the whatever amount of time I've been doing Doctor Who reactions on the channel. So for as long as I've had the channel, people have been pushing for Torchwood, and even though it's not a majority of people, it is a number of people that is always there. And I never got why. I was just like, okay, so it's probably a really good show, and yes. But there is a reason why you only get the shit that you get from Torchwood. And the answer is, it's because it's set in the Doctor Who universe, therefore it's Doctor Who canon. But I just want to walk up to the Doctor, whichever Doctor. Just fuck it. I just want to walk up to the 10th Doctor and go, yo, what's up? Remember that one time that Captain Jack fucking ran a tractor through a house and then just shotgun down an entire village of cannibals? Do you remember when that happened? And I want him to be like, what? And I'm like, yeah, that shit was happening while you were out there doing some bullshit with Martha or whatever. Like, dude, like, the fact that we have a direct comparison between both of those shows, and you can throw Sargent in there as well, because that's also canon. And it was running simultaneously with this by the same showrunner. Like, dude, like, just writing down in paper when it goes down in these episodes, it's so fun to just compare them, because it's like, that's why Torchwood is so good, because it's everything that Doctor Who is not, but it is happening in the same universe, and I love it. And I love it so much. And it's because, like, there's a degree of, like, I don't know, like, expectation set because of that, because it's taking place in the same universe, which is, like, the expectation that I had of, like, oh, some alien threat or whatever. And at the end of the day, it's just like, no, these people are just fucking nuts. They've done this since forever. They just want to eat some dude. That's it. No other reason. Like, everything we saw, it's just as fucked as it is. Just a bunch of bodies, just cut wide open, just completely split, severed, pulverized, because you gotta tender the meat first. And we just save the leftover and keep it fresh. And it's just like, so now I'm legitimately wondering. That hamburger stand at the beginning. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna touch that. Did the hamburger stand at the beginning? Did it have human meat in it? Because were they part of the village? Those people there. It would make sense if they were, because they would be able to, like, call to the other people in the village and be like, yo, there were a couple dudes that just are going that direction, and then they stalk them better. I just realized also I have my phone in my hand because I wanted to show you the meme, but that means I don't have my secondary light. Yeah, I'm gonna set up the secondary light, sorry. I mean, the secondary is literally just like this. And then I just put a piece of paper right here, like that, and then I just set it up here, and there we go. And there is a difference. It's very slight, but it does make a small difference. But anyway, so was that hamburger human meat? Could have been. Question, was the hamburger that Tosh's friend had was human meat? Because she got hepatitis from it. And she said from one of stands like these. What if it was because... Okay, moving on. We're not going to touch into that very much because that conversation is not going anywhere. Except just making people uncomfortable over the fact that maybe our main cast just ate a bunch of dude. Every time cannibalism is brought up, I keep thinking back to the fucking Always Sunny in Philadelphia bit. Fucking searching YouTube for a video titled... Give me a second. Give me a second. So I'm just gonna write down Always Sunny Racist Cannibals. Yeah, so search for a video called Racist Cannibals. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's 1 minute and 38 seconds long. And it's the best. It's just like... anyway, I love Always Sunny. I love Always Sunny so much. Anyway, so... What are you, like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just so baffled at the fact that this was the episode we got. And I love it. Like, I legitimately do. This might have been the best episode of Torchwood we have up until this point. Do I say that every week? I think I do say that every week. I already mentioned this before. It's because I only care about what's immediately in front of me. Like, that's it. I care more about this episode because it's the one that I'm watching right now. But I'm probably just gonna do that every week. But, like, this episode is just so... Dude, like, the fact that there is the expectation, because this is the Doctor Who spin-off, and because we've had 4 episodes of that, it has this expectation of, like, there is some alien higher power or higher being that is manipulating everything from the shadows, or the enemy is an alien, or like there's some alien curse happening. And at the end of the day, the answer is literally, nah, man, we just want to eat some dude. And I'm just like, okay, so that's what we're doing then. That's what the episode is, huh? And the answer is yeah, that's just what it is. And that comes back at the end when Gwen is just like, I need to understand why. So then they had this whole bit when they just talk to the dude and go like, why? And the dude is like, you really want to do? You really want to go? You really want to know? And then he just whispers to Gwen and goes like, because he made me happy. And then Gwen has this face of like, just like, she's just like, okay, sure. Whatever the fuck bullshit I see on my daily life with this alien non-crap is not nearly as crazy as this shit. And that is true. It's the terrifying, like, cannibal hillbillies conspiracy that an entire town just decides, yeah, we're just gonna eat some people now, and it's just a thing that we do every couple years. And she's just like, and yeah, exactly, when, exactly. So, okay, like, like, it's the terrifying, it's the terror of what you know versus the terror of the unknown. And it's like, sometimes you can just do fucked up shit that is just like something that you can grasp. Well, you can grasp as in what is physically, practically happening, which is some people are killing other people and eating them. And it's like, okay, why though? And that's the part that fucks you, is because like, no, we just wanted to do it. Oh, man, like, the reveal of the mystery just being like, no, man, we just eat people, that was fucked. And it's just like, alright, okay. I want to say though, my favorite part of the episode is definitely when Jack just fucking ran the tractor through the house, anyway started blasting, just brought a shotgun with him and just started blasting, just started shooting down every fucking hillbilly in the building, just like everyone. I'm not sure how many people he killed. I don't know if he killed anyone because he was mostly shooting their kneecaps off or whatever, like their legs. He shot one dude's arm. That one lady was shot in like the chest, shoulder, and then she got shot again, by the way. I didn't get to see where. I don't think they show you. She just falls. Yeah, they just show a bunch of people falling and whatever. Let's say that he killed like at least like 2 or 3 people. It didn't seem like he cared too much about killing them or not, because after that, he wanted to execute that one dude, and Gwen was like, no, I want to know. Which then led to that scene I mentioned earlier. But like, dude, I love that scene. Because it's just like, alright, here comes the badass hero. It's just fucking runs a vehicle through the building, just fucking walks out and just starts blasting and just kills everyone in the room. And like, I thought that he was gonna get shot too, because he can get shot and not die because he's Captain Jack, but he didn't. He just won be like 10, and like he won, and it's like, all right, that's Captain Jack. He's the best. That was awesome, dude. That was so, it was so cathartic, because the moment you realize, oh, this is what you guys are up to, and like the entire town has been up to that, it's just like, okay, you all need to go. You all need to go. So when Captain Jack just starts fucking shooting down everyone with a shotgun, I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. So that was very cathartic. That was a very cathartic scene. It only lasted like 30 seconds, but it was a very, very satisfactory 30 seconds. It was like the fucking Jordan beatdown in part 5 in JoJo. But like, dude, like, that was awesome. That was so fucking awesome. Okay. Now we need to talk about every character in the show being fucked up, including and especially our main cast. They weren't more fucked up than the cannibals, but we were getting there. Well, not entirely, but dude, like, okay. Here's the thing, is that, okay, so in this episode we get to see that, okay, how do I even begin talking about this? Because it's a very uncomfortable shit. But okay, so they're going out camping because they're investigating this whatever. And I appreciate the like bonding of the team just hanging out together. But here's the thing, is that then they start talking about the last kiss. Was it a kiss? Yeah, kiss. That was Snogg's. Sorry. I'm not British, but I'm pretty sure Snog is just a kiss. So they were just talking about that, and so they talk about Tosh, and Tosh was like, "Oh, it was Owen. It was at 3 a.m. on Christmas Eve in front of Millennium Center because of a mistletoe." And Owen was like, "Really? Since Christmas? You haven't really kissed anyone since Christmas?" Then they ask Owen, and Owen goes like, "It was when?" And Gwen is like, "Oh, you son of a bitch, you're gonna tell." And okay, I'm looking at that scene again. Owen says Gwen, and Jack has this moment of like, really? And then Tosh has the moment of like, wait, really? They don't elaborate on that any further. But then I want to point out that then Tosh goes, okay, I'm gonna Google what the fuck feet under the table means. You become confident and comfortable in a new job or situation. Okay, so that's what that means. I thought it meant like interfere, but no. still, the acting that Tosh, like the expression that Tosh had when she said that, and then she asked like further, like was it just a kiss or whatever. It makes you think that Tosh might have a thing for Owen, which makes sense because that was the last person she kissed. And because they say that she hasn't kissed anyone since Christmas, makes me think that maybe Tosh is a very sheltered person, which makes kind of sense. Like, she's kind of like the geek of the group. She's like the computers person, so we can maybe say that she's kind of shy and kind of reclusive, and maybe she doesn't have much of a social life. So she has a thing for Owen, which honestly, Tosh, you can do better. You can do better than Owen, okay? But I assume she just doesn't get to see a lot of people often. So then they ask Jack, and Jack is like, are we including non-human life forms? And then they just laugh at that. And then Yanto goes like, it's my turn, is it? Nobody asked him, by the way. Yanto is the one that goes, it's my turn. And then he goes, it was Lisa. And then the whole mood of the room just goes like, oh shit, man. and Gwen goes like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, sorry she's dead, or sorry you mentioned it. And yeah. She's like, I just didn't think. And Yanto is like, you forgot. And just kind of gives like the smile. And it's like, okay. I like that scene because it establishes some shit with these characters. It did, however, make me uncomfortable. Well, here's the thing, is that they're addressing something that I don't like what they're doing. But then they're just taking it further. So at this point, we just have to accept it for what it is, because it is a thing. So, and we're gonna get to that scene in a second. But like, I like that we can infer from this scene that Tosh might be kind of sheltered. She might have a thing for Owen. She feels in a way envious or threatened or whatever by Gwen. Maybe we can say that. Yanto feels alone. He feels like people don't remember what happened with Lisa. He feels like they don't give him enough attention. And these were feelings that did come in the Cyber Woman episode. He actually did have a moment where he's like you care. You never ask me anything about how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. You just tell me to do shit, and I just do it. But I never get anyone to ask me like how I'm doing or some shit like that. I don't remember how exactly that scene went, but it was something along those lines. He was having a rough day that day. So we can infer that, and that's still present here, and Lisa didn't just disappear. It is still a thing that it is mentioned, at least a little bit. So I enjoy that. I like that. We already knew that Owen is a kind of a shithead. And here's the thing. Okay, Jack is just like, what the fuck is happening here? Also, I want to say Jack and Yanto had this like stare when he mentioned Lisa, too. Even after that, I like that. But moving into next scene, Owen and Gwen are walking through the forest and they're talking about it. And Gwen is like, you son of a bitch, you shouldn't have told that to people. And Owen is just like, yo, that kiss was awesome though. Like, it was fucking great. And it's just like, Owen is such a shit. Owen is such a piece of shit. And the thing I hate about it so much, like, is that he's just like, oh, that kiss was awesome. I was fucking awesome. And I could tell, right from that kiss, I can tell that you're so fucking pent up. You really want to dig inside of you right now. And then they start just fighting. And here's the thing. Owen is right. And I hate it. Because, like, I hate that he's saying that because he's such a shit. But he's not wrong. Gwen needs to go to horny jail. And this is something that I've been picking up on a couple times, like since the show started. I was like, I don't think she cares so much about Riz. Like, they try to make a deal out of it, but I don't feel it. I don't know if it's the direction, the amount of time that we spend with him. It's just like, sometimes it just feels like she's not there. She doesn't care about him. And then it's just like, she's just kissing Jack. There was the kiss with Owen. There was that fucking alien chick that, well, it was an alien inside of a chick and whatever. Sure. You can even get conspiracy theories on this and say that maybe because she had that interaction with the horny alien, now she's just permanently horny. That could be a thing. Sure, it was the first episode after the premiere, so it could be that. And we would just not know about that. But, like, the entire time I'm feeling Gwen might have this thing where... And I didn't want to just say this bitch horny though. Like, I just didn't want to just say that and just write her off as like that. I wanted to like try and maybe work out another another explanation for it other than something like so simple. But no. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. She's just decided, you know what? I really could go for some more action right now. I'm watching that scene again because I wasn't watching it the first time, by the way. He's just like, we'd be amazing, and that scares the shit out of you. And I hate that. I think he's right. Okay, then they get distracted by whatever the fuck happened there. The thing is, then we skip to the end of the episode. And the end of the episode, I knew immediately what it was. Because when she was talking, she said, and then I met you lot. And I was like, who's she talking to? It sounds like she's talking to someone because she's talking out loud. And then we see the scene where she's just like standing in front of like a window or whatever, looking at the city and saying these things. I'm looking at that and I'm like, this looks like a fucking, like a hotel room or some shit. Like, this looks like a department bedroom. That is a bed. It is a messy bed. She's not wearing pants. Oh no. She just fucked Owen, didn't she? And she's opening up to Owen. And that's what happened. All these things, they're changing me. Changing how I see the world. And I can't share them with anyone. And then Owen walks in. And goes, you can now. Alright, so... And then they just go at it again. Round 2. Sure. And the episode ends. Okay. So... what they are saying is Gwen feels disconnected from the real world because now she's dealing with all this alien bullshit and she cannot talk to anyone about it, including Riz. So she feels alienated in a way, and she's like, and I can't talk to anyone about it. And Owen goes like, well, you can talk to me about it. So he's trying to a degree be supportive and try to be there for Gwen. Here's the thing though. It's Owen. It's Owen. And we had a couple times when we saw Owen and we went like, okay, he might get better. He might, like, and I've had people comment and say Owen is awesome, just give it time, like he grows as a character, whatever, stuff like that. And I'm like, I get that, and I get that probably that's where it's going. I can see the path forming in front of me. The problem is that earlier in this very episode, he almost sexually assaulted Gwen in a very uncomfortable scene. Not fully, but kind of. He was just talking mad shit on her relationship and going like, oh, you want to fuck me. And then just started like pressuring her against a tree and started going for a kiss and whatever. Talking about how much she craves that dick. And just because he's right, it doesn't mean he's okay to do that. That's the thing. Just because he's right doesn't mean that it's okay to do that. Just because Gwen actually does crave that dick doesn't mean that he gets to do that for free. Okay? That's my take on it. So it made me very uncomfortable because of that. And the thing is that I can assume that what they're gonna do here is that they're gonna go for this trying to go for this narrative of like Gwen is gonna make Owen better in a way, because Owen is a piece of shit, I assume, because he doesn't really get to have much contact with people, and he actually doesn't care for other people in general, just in general. Which I guess goes a little bit with what they said at a point. Oh yeah, Gwen got shot with a shotgun this episode. What the fuck was... And then she just walked it off. They just put her some anesthetic or some shit. Let's assume it was some alien juice. And then they were like, all right, we took the pills. It's okay. You're fine now. You can just do the rest of the episode. It's okay. She just got shot with a shotgun. It's fine. And I'm just like, okay, I have not been shot with a shotgun before, but I would assume that you wouldn't get to walk it off like that. And it didn't hit anything vital. It just hit like the side. But still. Okay, moving on. It's just dude, that moment that she got hit with the shotgun, I was just like, fuck, yo. Like, it's not every day that you get to see a main character in your show get shot with a shotgun. Like, that's so... It's like, oh my god. Like, I love that. And I love that Torchwood doesn't give a shit. I love that Torchwood just doesn't give a shit. It will just do it. It's just like, you think I'm not gonna fucking do it? You think I'm fucking crazy? I'll fucking do it. Tell me to do. I'll do it. Like, it's just so. It's so, like, it wants to be crazy. It wants to be fucking stupid and off the rails, and it wants you to be like, yo, really? And it's like, yeah, want me to do it again? I'll fucking do it again. Like, but anyway, but yeah, there was a scene where Owen went something like, Gwen goes, don't you miss being a doctor? And Owen goes like, well, I never stopped being a doctor. Like I'm still doing this shit, but like now I don't get to deal with the patients, which was actually like my least favorite part of the job. So it's like, yeah, of course, for you it makes sense. So Owen doesn't get to deal with people. Okay, he's one of those characters. He is not a people person. He might be a little bit of a sociopath, a little bit, not actually, just a tiny bit of like detached from people. So it doesn't get to relate to a lot of people. It doesn't get to feel for a lot of people, which explains his behavior as a known resident shithead. I get that. I don't understand how at least one, potentially two members of the team are over his dick. I feel like y'all could do better. And I understand that maybe he's like the only... No, he's not. Well, maybe he's the only person to turn to. Because like, okay, so what So what Gwen is saying is that she doesn't get to open up to people about this crazy shit that they see every day at their job. Fine, she can all talk to like Riz about it or whatever, right? But and then okay, so Jack is your boss, so you can't do that. He'll probably, even though it's Jack, I think maybe he wouldn't fuck his team. At least not yet. At least something will happen before that. And Yanto is not in a position, he's not in an emotional, mentally position in order to deal with anyone. So I suppose the only option left is the asshole going like, yo, you want to jump on this dick? So then you go like, fine, I guess. I kind of really need it right now. So I suppose that's what we're doing. But the thing is that it's not just that. There is also kind of an emotional connection forming here. It's not just the fucking. So, Gwen is straight up cheating on Riz. And what I actually think is really funny on that is that I don't give a shit about Riz. And I don't think most people do. And it's because the show doesn't frame you in a position in order to give a shit about Riz and the relationship Gwen has with him. Because we don't give a shit about that. He's not part of the story. I mean, he is sometimes. We see things with him, but he's kind of like a lame loser dude. So he's not a fun character to have. So we don't care about him. We just want to go back to like the cool shit that we do with the aliens or whatever. So that leads to this position where Gwen is shitting on Riz. And I don't care about that. I just care that it's with Owen, who's like the worst person ever, at least at the time being right now. He's just a shithead. That's sort of funny, actually. It really is. So that's how I feel about that. Like, but like, there's a lot of, dude, like, I did say multiple times that the impression, the vibe I get from the show is that like everyone is just gonna kiss each other, everyone's gonna fuck each other. There's just gonna be an orgy, and that's gonna be the finale. The end scene for the season is just gonna be an orgy. But it's just like every character in the show is fucking flawed, like deeply flawed, except for now, Tosh, who hasn't had an episode yet, like an episode centered around her, because we've had that for like everyone at this point. We had like 2 Gwen episodes. You can say this one maybe on one episode, even though I thought it was no one's episode. I think it was like, well, I guess it was kind of a little bit like one's. We had a Jack episode in the previous episode. We had a Yanto episode with the Sour Woman, and we had an Owen episode with the like machine that allow you to see ghosts from the past or whatever. Ghost machine, yeah. So we hadn't had a Tosh episode yet, and I want to know in which way she's gonna be fucked up, because like everyone is super flawed. Owen is a misogynistic piece of shit, but he does care sometimes. And when he cares, he's a little bit obsessive about it, but otherwise he's super detached. Yanto was super obsessive over his half-converted girlfriend, and he went to like really long lengths in order to try to save her, and he couldn't. Jack has had a long life with a lot of regrets and things. And like even in previous episode, we had the burden of like making the choice of sacrificing something for the greater good. So we also have that going on. Gwen is just fucking horny. That's it. That's it. That's what it comes down to. And now I want to know what the deal is with Tosh. because I'm sure they're gonna do something for her, and it might be like jealously, because I feel like that if they go that direction, they laid out solid groundwork on this episode for like one scene for it. So there you go. Dude, there were like this episode is like the scariest episode probably. Not in like traditional scary sense, but in the sense of like cannibal hillbillies, dude. That's fucked. Like that's way more fucked up than like most alien bullshit that you can throw at us. It really is. Like I don't give a shit about some random alien abducting people and just like sucking their life force or whatever. It's like no. We just have a couple hillbillies. This is their tradition. Every 10 years, they just decide we're just gonna go out there. We're just gonna kidnap this person. We're just gonna beat them to death in order to tenderize the meat. We're just gonna chop, and then we're gonna eat them. And that's just what we do here in the town. And it's just like, all right, sure. And that's fucked. Like having our characters just get knocked out and just dragged into random underground sheds when there's just fridges full of human meat, and then we get to see we saw a couple corpses, just straight up corpses, both of them in terrible fucked up condition, and they were decoys. And it's like, dude. And it's also like the paranoid like idea of like the entire town is in on it. The entire town is here to fuck you up and eat you. Like, and like even that moment, I got it when they were pointing the gun at the old dude that was chasing Tosh. And then I was like, I don't trust that cop in the background. He's here in the scene, therefore he's not to be trusted. And then he's like, I wouldn't shoot my own uncle. And it's like, oh shit. And it's like, yeah, everyone was in on it. Which made it so satisfactory when Jack just came in, blasted a vehicle through the wall, and then just started blasting with a shotgun and killing fucking every cannibal in the scene. It was so cathartic. I love that scene so much. It's like my favorite scene. Okay, so this episode was really fucking good. I say that about like every episode, but honestly, it was. It is laying down a couple things that I want to see where they go before I can judge them. I like regarding like the relationship between our main cast of characters mostly. Also, Jack is not a good boss. Jack is not a good boss at all. Like he's just like. He could be a good friend and a good coworker, not a good boss. Because, first of all, so every character is flawed. Every character is doing fucked up shit between each other. There's a lot of conflict of interest happening. He doesn't care. And also he needs to get like a therapist for like every person in the group. And himself. Like I said this before. A therapist in this show would be like the best character ever. It would just solve so much. Like if we just had a therapist to talk to like every main cast member, like the entire show would be solved. Like that would just be it. It would just be great. Like every character is flawed in some way, and it's just like if we had a therapist, things would be so much easier. But it's not about that. It's about that drama, though. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I think that was it for this episode of Torchwood, man. It was pretty good. God, this discussion was long, I suppose. Anyway, that was it. It was a great episode. Fucking Hillbilly Cannibals, dude. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this reaction episode of Torchwood. If you would like to see the next one, it should already be up on Patreon, as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.